up, YouTube? So today I'm gonna be showing you my pet ball python. I love him. This guy's getting me is what got me the snakes. Now I'm looking to get like boas and stuff. Like I really want to start collecting, and this is the guy that did. I mean, he's an all-around great, beautiful snake. The only problem with them is that they have a little bit of trouble shedding, but it's easy to get through. You just have to help them. It's no big deal. They say when they start shedding that they get a little aggressive or they might not eat. With me, I haven't had a problem with that, but I cannot promise you anything that another ball python is will do that. Me personally, I had no problem. He eats, he sheds, so it's no big deal if he's shedding and he just doesn't want his food. There's no big deal. Don't worry. It's normal. Um, And if they're shedding a lot, that's another thing. Do not worry about it. It just means that they're growing fast. And the bigger the tank, the bigger the snake will get. The smaller the tank, the smaller the snake will get. I mean, it's if you think about it, it's common sense. And with feeding, like any other snake, you want to feed it outside of its cage. Because if you keep feeding it inside of its cage, when it's used to stuff coming in from the top of the cage, that he could eat food, he could mistakenly think your hand is food, so when you go in to grab it, he might strike. Um, but it's really unlikely for him to strike just to strike. They're known for being a great beginner snake. They He hasn't striked at me once, and I have for a good 3 to 5 months. I'm not too sure about that. And he hasn't struck at me once. I mean, I put my hand up right to his face, and he doesn't do anything. Um, Another thing with feeding is that with feeding it live mice, you have to be careful because they get head shy, which that means, say the mice like strikes back, well then the snake will get scared and never go after food again and will just starve itself to death. And with live mice, when it bites it, the mice might bite the snake and injure the snake. So I recommend frozen thawed. And determine what size mice you get. You have to look at the thickest part of the snake, which his is about right in this area. And you determine the mice size by the diameter or the circumference of the snake and look at the mice. See if it's about the same size. A little bit small is okay, but you really don't want to get it too big. If it's really small and that's all you have, you could feed them too, but that's if it's really small. You don't want to overfeed them. Um, what else? Oh, when they're shedding also, you want to make sure that your tank has a lot of humidity. I like to keep mine like 70% humidity when he's shedding. It softens their skin up, and I always have damp moss in there. Like that's just I see them in there most of the time. It just cools their skin off. If it's irritated, they'll rub up against it, helps them shed. And when also I like every now and then, like once a week, I'll get it for you. I'll spray this stuff in it. It came with the tank I got. It helps prevent shedding problems and like dry skin. Uh, yeah, it even says spray once a week. And you want you want to keep the tank warm, just like anything else. Like I'll have other videos of like how to set up your tank, but just it's an all around. You cannot be scared. Like there's nothing to be scared of. He might be a little aggressive at first, but don't don't be afraid of it. Like if you're afraid of it, he's gonna stay aggressive. But if once he gets used to you, you'll be fine. Uh, and keep watching. You can watch. I'll make a video soon of my lizard. You can show that, and I'll have how to set up your cage and show you tips on that. So, uh, I'll see you next video, guys. Keep watching, subscribe, please.